Welcome back to another video here on my channel. I have been getting back into making new videos and new content to help you learn how to successfully start a cash-based practice, solo practice as a physical therapist or OT or speech therapist, or really anybody who's really, just getting started with a business. But anyway, okay, we are going to be talking about another item related to starting your own practice, starting your own business as a therapist. And I just did another video as well on 3 reasons why you might be ready to start your own practice. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about 3 reasons why you might not be ready to start your own practice. There are a lot of things out there, especially from me, encouraging you to start your own practice, start your own business, and you can just do all these things, and it will lead to all of these different opportunities. And while I do firmly believe that, and I really think that every single therapist should start their own practice, whether you see one person a year or 100 people a week or whatever, I think that it gives you a lot of different opportunities. Just because you can start it and the opportunity is there for you and I want you to doesn't mean you should. And right off the top, I want to really point out that it is totally okay if you don't want to have your own business. There are so many things out there right now saying you should start a business doing this, it's so easy to make money doing that, work for yourself, be your own boss, blah 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 blah. And I can totally see how that might feel like a lot of pressure to start your own business because every single other person is doing it, and maybe it's not okay to just have a regular job. But I'm here to tell you the exact opposite. It is totally okay to do what you're doing right now, whether you're working a regular 9 to 5, you're working PRN at a hospital, you're doing home health, you're working in a private practice, whatever it is, whatever you're doing right now is completely and totally fine. You're not doing anything wrong. And I say that because I know that I've definitely felt a lot of pressure with my business to do things a certain way, and just remember that this is your life, this is your career, and you know what is best for you. So with that being said, 3 reasons why I think, it might not be a good idea to start a practice, especially as a new grad. So the first reason why I think you might not be ready to start a practice as a new grad is if you really do like the structure of a 9 to 5. And, maybe it's literally 9 to 5, maybe it's 8 to 6, 7 to 7, maybe it is just PRN shifts, maybe it's home health patients, but you like the structure of having a job and knowing that you are going to have a regular paycheck. For the most part, as far as we know, there are other benefits. You might have continuing education benefits or mentorship opportunities. It might just be the opportunity that makes you feel the safest right now, and it is help keeping you safe and you healthy and all of that. So that's totally okay. If you want to stay there and that's making you happy and helping you do what you want to do with your everyday, it's totally okay to stay there, and that I think would be a reason why you might not be ready to start your own practice, because if you're really happy with where you're working right now, you don't really need to create an opportunity for yourself elsewhere. Unless you want to, of course, huge fan of that. But if you are comfortable and secure in the 9 to 5 structure, that's okay, and now is just not the right time to start your own thing, and that is totally fine. The second reason why I feel like you might not be ready to start your own practice as a new grad is if you have other life goals. For example, I think that, and I'm just speaking from what I've seen online, but if you are somebody who's really into FIRE, for example, the financially independent retire early situation, that might be a good reason to stay where you are working right now. And I say that as a pretty blanket statement because you could also pursue that while having your own business. But it's just most of the people that I've seen online who are very passionate about FIRE, they work really hard at a job and they kind of like max out all the benefits that they have there. You might have other life goals. So maybe it's something like that, like fire. Maybe you are in this job and you are totally okay compartmentalizing everything that happens there at that job, and you're not looking for anything extra from that, and like you're looking at it as a way to like finance travel or something like that, where like that's kind of like your main thing of your life that you're looking for, and your job is your job, and that's totally fine. You know, maybe you are somebody who is wanting to start a family as soon as you can, and so maybe it makes the most sense to stay in a position with benefits and a regular salary. There are lots of different reasons why like staying in your regular job with like regular benefits, regular pay is maybe the best decision, because you just have other life goals and other things that you want to focus on completely outside of making money, outside of therapy, outside of just like the workforce in general, and you don't mind going to that job so that you can focus on other things. And so that, I think, would be another reason why like starting your own practice obviously might not really make a lot of sense, and that's okay. Third reason why like definitely I think it would not be in your best interest to start your own practice would be if you're not planning on staying in this industry for very long. So there are people that I've talked to who, like, yes, they did go through school, they did get a degree, but they ended up doing like a complete career shift, and now they're in a different industry, a different area, and they kind of like close the chapter, or at least put a bookmark in it for right now, so that they can go and do something else for work. And so of course, like, yeah, it wouldn't make sense to start your own practice as a new grad if you know you're not going to be in this industry for very long. And that's all okay. I mean, like, that's like the main point of this video that I want to make, is that while I am a firm believer in having your own business, no matter what you're doing, but especially having like a tiny private practice as a therapist and starting one as soon as you leave school, it's also completely okay to not do that. And I just really want to like emphasize that, because there's a lot of messaging out there that you really need to, but you really don't have to. So yeah, like 3 reasons that you should not start at your own practice as a new grad. You're comfy in the 9 to 5, you have other life goals, or you're just not going to hang out in this industry for very long. Those are all pretty good reasons to not start your own business. If you haven't checked it out already, you can also check out the sister video to this one on 3 reasons why you might actually be ready to start your own practice. So I will see you on the next video.